Resident Evil 2.
How cute. That little girl must have dropped this. I think I'll hold on to it for her.
Yay. That's kind of one of the sort of staples of the Resident Evil series, I guess. There's sort of not so much bad dialogue, but it's not exactly fantastic.
The first one was actually, some people say that it was supposed to be a parody of B-movies.
I think it was supposed to, yeah, the first game was inspired by the George A. Romero film, apparently. You know, Night of the Living Dead. Which is a good film in itself.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes you have to wonder if it was a parody or if it was just, you know, they just couldn't get any decent voice actors. But it's kind of been, you know, the bad voice acting. I mean, they had decent voice acting in Resident Evil 4, or at least, you know, I think Sadler kind of hammed it up a little. But, you know, it wasn't too bad for the most part. And, you know, but with Resident Evil 1 especially, but also 2 and 3, but also Code Veronica, that had amazingly bad dialogue in that. Although...
Well, it's kind of a staple of video games in general. They rarely have really high production value on a lot of the voice acting.
Even if they get like a big name actor to do the voice, usually they don't bother to give a very good performance for it.
Or they give them just the cheesiest lines. They can't deliver them well.
Yeah. It's usually one or the other. But yeah. You know, I guess it's just one of those things you get used to. I mean, it's like the bad acting in the Command and Conquer series. You know, it's so over the top, but it's what we're used to, so we don't question it anymore.
I got into Command and Conquer series. My brother played Red Alerts, and I like Tanya from it, but other than that,
I think everybody likes Tanya. There's a lot to like. Which Red Alert? 1 or 2?
I think 2.
That's my personal favorite.
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here. Think fast. Here's one more. Hey, I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
What? Ada, wait!
Leon, come in. I found the girl, and I've cleared the wreckage that was blocking the corridor.
Got it.
Also, it's not just the acting. Also, there's just the timing off is so off. Like they have like 1 or 2 second pauses in there for no reason.
Yeah, mostly because I had to load the sound file. Yeah, well, I guess it's just one of those things you get used to when you play too many games. That's one of the things I like when playing as Leon.
Pistol upgrade.
What? Yeah, you get a pistol upgrade, makes it semi-automatic. which is great, but it does tend to waste your ammo pretty fast. I mean, like, really fast.
Well, if you're fighting a lot of zombies, then you have to shoot that many times anyway, but if you're fighting a lot of single-hit enemies, yeah.
Hitter.
Gotta love the shotgun gun.
Yeah, personally I think the Magnum's better. Oh yeah, that's also one thing that Resident Evil 2 kind of did. I don't know whether it was like the very first game to ever do it, but it had like consequences in terms of like what you did in scenario A could sometimes affect what happened in scenario B. Because you know about the 2 scenario thing, right?
Yeah, you would play through as Claire, and then you would play through the second scenario as Leon after that.
Which is what I did here. It's Claire A and Leon B, but there was also Leon A and Claire B. Of course, there's always dispute about which one's the true one and which one's not, because, you know, Resident Evil 2 gives you too many options. But, basically, this puzzle here, for example, when you go into the storeroom, you find lots of ammo and stuff, but there's also a submachine gun and a belt pack. And if you pick those up when you're playing as Claire, they won't be there for Leon to pick up in his game. And there was also the deal where you saw me seal the windows with the cord, and depending on which ones you seal and don't seal, it depends on when the zombies appear in this game. And so it's all sort of you sort of connected very cleverly. I'm not sure if it's the very first game to ever do that, because I probably don't think it is, but it's certainly one of the first, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Feel free to comment and say if I'm wrong.
Well, I'm sure that I can't think of any games specifically that do things like that, but it's almost a staple now.
Oh yeah.
It's a fairly it's a good idea. It's a nice idea. It does have an element of realism and a bit of strategy involved.
Yeah.
So you can make it easier for one point and then harder later on.
Yeah, well, which is why I left the side pack and the machine gun for Leon, because the second scenario is harder and he's going to need them. Especially the machine gun. The machine gun comes in handy, seeing as he has to fight the tyrant on a almost constant basis.
Tyrant. That's not the same Tyrant from Resident Evil 1.
Oh no. There's basically a different tyrant in each game. The tyrant from Resident Evil 1 had like the giant claw hand and the huge heart. The tyrant from Resident Evil 2 is that thing in the trench coat that you saw. The tyrant from Resident Evil 3 was, of course, Nemesis. There wasn't really one in... Oh yes, there was. There was one in Code Veronica. He kind of followed you at the end of the first disc. But there wasn't really one after that. Convenient. That kind of used a door? I mean, really?
Like Mama from Count Duckula. I can't believe I'm making that reference.
I have no idea what you're going to do. Yes, he comes back again. Can't get rid of him that easily. Funny thing is, if you knock him out in the room, he still comes out there again as well. Now you know why I gave him the machine gun.
Are you out of ammo?
What? Oh no,
Are you out of ammo?
that takes about 15%. But you get, every time you knock him down, you get ammo, and the further on in the game you get, the better the ammo is.